Okay, so that's chapter 14. Now the hour of judgment has come. But did the judgment come immediately?
No.
Hindi pa rin. There's still another episode. And this is the episode of the 6 angels. Alright? Alright? What's the job of the first angel? To preach the gospel. Correct? To preach the gospel. So you will see before God brings out the last judgment, the last trumpet, where the 7 bowls there is going to be poured, He still make a last chance, a last call. Alright? And you will see the compassion of our God. Alright? Last call, the gospel. Fear God. Fear God. Don't fear the beast. Don't fear the dragon. Fear God instead. Alright? Because the hour of His judgment has come. Okay? And then there is this warning, saying that, Babylon is fallen. Take note of this, alright? Because in the sounding of the 7th trumpet, you would see that Babylon is fallen. And today's homework, you would see there are 2 chapters talking about the fall of Babylon. Okay? So you would see that. And then, it tells also, it warns the people, do not have this mark, because anyone who has the mark and who has worshipped the image will be what? They will suffer, okay? Will drink the wine of the wrath of God. So God is warning and telling people not to have the mark. Alright? We have been studying this, so I think at least you have learned something. I will not get the mark if ever you're here on earth during the time. Amen? Alright? Okay, so one of the purposes of our study is to understand the book and live accordingly. Alright, so be sure. And then, after the warning, after the gospel, telling Babylon is going to fall, and then do not get the mark, then there is this hour to read has come. So that the 4th angel, di ba siya yung may sickle? There's the Son of Man, and they have a sickle, and then it says, okay, gather now the clusters. Alright? Gather now the 2 clusters, that they will be pressed and they will be placed and thrown into the wine press of God's wrath. Okay? So, very picturesque description of the wrath of God. Talagang pipigain sila. Alright? And we see that in the opening of the bowls, with the sounding of the 7th trumpet. Alright? So, chapter 15, 15, right? 15 before the sounding of the 7th trumpet, okay? Actually, 15, there's the 3rd sign, right? What is the 3rd sign? The 7 angels came out, and 7 bowls were given to them, alright? So, and in them, in the bowls, are the wrath of God. Alright? The wrath of God is finished. Do you see the build-up of the intensity of the book? Alright? So, galit na nga. Alright? Pero even before the pouring of the bowl, we see there again another group. Right? There is a group of the victorious over the beast sing in heaven. They sing, right? And they're singing a song to heaven, in heaven. And what was the song they're singing? Okay. Great and marvelous are your works, O Lord. Remember, these are the ones who went through what? The beast, the torture of the beast. Okay? They were beheaded because they would not bow down to the image. They would not want to be marked. So they have this bad experience, correct? But when they went up, they say, you know what? Tama ka, Lord. Great, righteous, and true are your ways, King of the nations. Alright? And then they say, who will not fear, O Lord? Remember, kanina dun sa mga tao, who will not fear the beast? But these people, who will not fear you, O Lord? Okay? Ano makikita niyo? Parang there's the battle. Diba? Battle of the evil claiming this. God is saying, ako yan. Correct? Who will not fear, O Lord, and glorify your name? For you alone are holy. For all the nations will come and worship before you. For your righteous acts have been revealed. Alright? The judgment is judgment, and yet this judgment are righteous. Alright? because God is the only one who is holy. Yes, ma'am.
Revelation.
This one is in Revelation chapter 15. Okay. Who are these? Are these the tribulation saints? I think if you look at it, yes, because they were the ones who were beheaded. Okay, they were the ones who went through the tribulation. Okay? So, makikita ninyo, before the sounding of the trumpet, God really tries to collect pa. Alright? Sino pa dito who will believe? Okay? And then we will see that after that, the temple now is in heaven is opened. And the 7 bowls is going to be poured out. Okay? So then, in chapter 16, where we ended last week, chapter 16 now is the pouring of the 6th trumpet. Because the 7th trumpet brought about the 7 bowls. And chapter 16, yun yung pouring of the bowls of God's wrath. Okay? So this is a review. First bowl, loathsome and malignant sores. Okay? On those who have the mark of the beast. Okay? Alright? Those who have the mark of the beast will be having these sores. Will they repent? No. And then, second bowl, the sea will turn. All na, hindi lang a third. Alright? But then the entire sea will turn into blood. And then, bowl 3, the rivers. Okay? The rivers, the spring will all turn into blood. Wala nang tubig maiinom dyan. Alright? And the 4th bowl will be what? On the sun. Okay? The bowl will be poured on the sun so that the sun will be so hot that it will scorch the men. Alright? Meron na nga silang boils, meron na silang sores, and then it's so hot pa, and they will blaspheme God, and they will blame God, and they will not repent. Okay? So you will see the hardness of man. Is God just and righteous in pouring this? You would see, because ang tao masyadong matigas din, no? Alright? And then the 5th bowl, what happened is the beast kingdom, the kingdom of the beast will be darkened. Alright? So you remember that. The kingdom of the beast will be darkened. So it will be a collapse of his government. Okay? Alright? Take note of these things, ha? Alright? Because all these things has connection with what we're going to study. On the 6th bowl, Euphrates will dry up. Correct? So that it will be prepared for the kings of the east to come for the last war, the battle in Armageddon. Okay? So that's the 6th bowl. And the 6th bowl, we see that what? 3 spirits that comes, one coming up from the dragon, come up, the other one come from the beast, one from the false prophet. Okay? That looks like frogs. They will deceive the kings of the earth. No? They will have signs to deceive the kings of the earth to gather them to Armageddon. Okay? Nakatakot, no? Frog, oh, they look like frogs though. That's a description of John. Okay? Alright? And then, when the pouring of the 7th bowl, it is this clip here. It is done. Tapos na. Okay? It is done. One, the earth now will be shaken. That is the greatest earthquake, such that the islands will be gone, the mountains will be gone. Alright? And then, kasabay pang hailstorm, hailstones that are as heavy as 100 pounds. Okay? What will that turn the people back to God? No, because they will continue to blaspheme and not. Okay? So that's chapter 16. Today we're going to start in chapter 17. Alright? Just a summary of the books. I will not go to that because we don't have already. Okay? So let's go to chapter 17. Okay.